Have you ever looked at a table full of numbers and wondered, what exactly am I supposed to do with all this? Or stared at a pie chart and thought, this looks colourful, but confusing? Well, you're not alone. Whether you're preparing for exams like KSET, UGC-NET, PGCET, CAT, or banking and government jobs, one section that can make or break your score is data interpretation. It's not just about numbers, it's about logic, speed, and smart thinking. So grab your notebook, sharpen your mind, and let's dive into the world of data interpretation. Because in the world of competitive exams, it's not just about what you know, it's about how fast and smart you are.
Hi everyone, today we are going to discuss about data interpretation for all the competitive exams like NET, KSET, IBPS, RRB, etc. In this class, it will be helpful for interpret data, identify trends and draw accurate conclusions. In the proper meaning, the data interpretation is the process of converting raw data into the meaningful information. This analysis reveals that pattern and trends crucially for the decision making skills. It has several elements like numerical, tabular, graphical and mixed. In this numerical, we have pure number requiring calculations, and in the tabular format, data organized in rows and columns, and in the graphical, visual representation of data points. In the mixed elements, we have combination of multiple data formats like pie charts, line graphs. If you need to crack these data interpretations very easily, you need some core skills like understanding quantitative and qualitative data. It helps in proper analysis, and you have to be master in percentages, averages, ratios and some basic maths. It's related to addition, subtractions, multiplication and divisions. And in the percentages, we must know about x is what percentage of y, and x is what percentage more or less than y. In that format, they may ask questions based on the percentage. And comes on to the average, there will be sum of observation divided by total number of observation. That could be the formula for an averages. And as you know, that ratios and the basic maths. So these are all the core skills are very important to crack the data interpretations. And move on to some examples of all the tabular, graphical or pie charts and bar graphs. So here the tabular data interpretations table, it present data in rows and columns for easy comparison. So if you need to more about the data interpretations, you have to reading data accurately from intersecting points and extracting relevant figures for an analysis, and you have to know the calculating totals and averages and differences, and also the identifying trends across the rows and columns. These are all the very important things we have to know about the tabular data interpretation. And move on to the pie charts. It shows the distribution and proportion as segments of a circle. In this pie chart, we have to calculate actual values from percentages, and we have to compare relative sizes of segments, identifying largest and smallest categories in the pie charts, and find combined values of multiple segments in the pie chart diagram. And next, line graphs. In this, we have to identify peak, throughs and patterns, and have to calculate rate of change between the points. And next one, the bar graph. Here we have to compare the values across the categories and finally find out the highest and lowest values very quickly. And next, methods of data acquisitions. Here we have two important data, that is primary data and secondary data. In the primary data, it is collected first hand by the researchers through some survey and questionnaires, interviews, direct observations and experiments. In the secondary data, it's obtained from already published or existing sources like government publications, books and journals, online databases, etc. And next we have some step-by-step key strategies to know the data interpretations well. So here the first step, that is understand. We have to read the entire data set. We have to grasp the context, units, scales and time periods before calculation. That is the first step, we have to do it. And the second one, the analyze. We have to identify what the question asks and plan your calculation approach. Look for patterns or trends that will be very useful to analyze the table. And the step 3, that is calculations. Use approximation for complex numbers. Apply the elimination for multiple choice questions, like you will be having 4 options, we have to eliminate 1 or 2 in that options. And the final step, that is verifications. You have to double check your answers, ensure they make logical sense within this context. This is the major 4 steps included in the key strategies. Finally, we have 3 important tips for scoring high marks in data interpretation. That is 20% practice time, 5% question types and 2x speed gain. It's nothing but we have to dedicate at least 20% of your study time to data interpretation practices. And the 5 question types, like master all 5 main data formats like table format, pie chart, line graph, bar graph and mixed graph. We have to familiar with all the 5 formats. The final one, 2x, that is speed gain. We have to regular practice with diverse question type. It builds confidence and speed, and more focus on accuracy first, then have to build speed. We have to develop mental math skills for faster calculations. In the next lesson we are doing problem directly. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.